Welcome to Sissygram Spicy Story channel. If you like my voice, then hit the like button and do subscribe our channel for regular updates. Today I come up with whole new content of story. So, now let's start the story. Mia was scheduled to work the night shift at Central General Hospital, an unusual change from her usual daytime routine. That Saturday night, she was covering for a colleague, Alina Collins, who had taken the night off to celebrate her son's wedding. Earlier in the evening, Mia and her husband, Maxim, attended the wedding supper but left early so she could rest before her midnight shift. By the time she arrived at work, the hospital was quiet and all the patients were resting peacefully. Sitting at the ward desk, she chatted with her coworker, Rachel Parker, who opened up about her troubled marriage. Rachel revealed that her husband had been unfaithful, but explained how she had resolved it in an unconventional way. She had him wear women's panties all the time and every Saturday. She dressed him in a dress and had him do the housework. She joked that this arrangement seemed to be working since he hadn't strayed since. Mia couldn't help but chuckle and briefly imagined Maxim in a dress before brushing the thought aside as a silly idea. By the time her shift ended, Mia was exhausted. It had been a long time since she'd worked a night shift, and the fatigue was setting in. When she arrived home, she found Maxim already up, dressed, and eating breakfast. She told him she was going to sleep for a few hours and asked him to wake her no later than 1:0 p.m. She also asked about his plans for the day. Maxim mentioned that he was planning to trim the dead branches off the tree in the backyard. Mia reminded him to be careful, but he brushed off her concerns, reminding her that he trimmed the tree 2 years ago without any issues. Mia was in the middle of her much-needed sleep when she was startled awake by the sound of her name being called. Groggy, she glanced at the clock and saw it was just after 11:00 am. Maxim's voice called out again from the backyard, and she quickly got out of bed to see what was wrong. Looking out the window, she spotted him lying on the ground beneath the tree. Throwing on her robe, she rushed outside to find him in pain. Maxim explained that a branch had fallen unexpectedly and knocked him off the ladder. He told her his leg hurt badly, and when she felt it, she realized they needed to go to the emergency room. It took her 10 minutes to help him into the car and get herself dressed. To Maxim, the wait felt like an eternity, but soon they were at the hospital. There, the staff quickly took him for an X-ray. Dr. Anderson, the attending physician, introduced himself and explained that Maxim's leg was indeed broken, but that he was fortunate the break had aligned itself properly, so surgery wouldn't be necessary. The doctor proceeded to apply a cast to Maxim's leg, while the morphine they'd administered earlier began to dull his pain. When it was time to leave, they faced a practical problem. Maxim's pants wouldn't fit over the cast. He refused to let them cut one leg off his trousers, so they left the hospital with him wearing a hospital gown. Once home, Mia helped Maxim settle on the couch, propping his leg on a dining chair to keep it elevated. Exhausted, Maxim fell asleep quickly, thanks to the morphine. An hour later, he woke up hungry, and Mia made him a sandwich and a glass of milk. As he ate, he recounted how the branch had unexpectedly kicked back, hitting him in the chest and knocking him off the ladder. Mia reassured him that she'd already put the ladder and saw a way in the garage. That night, Maxim slept surprisingly well. The following morning, he woke up complaining about his hips aching. Mia explained that his walking cast made his left leg higher than his right, which was causing the discomfort. She advised him to sit as much as possible and take it easy. Maxim appreciated her care and assured her he would try. After breakfast, Mia left for work, and Maxim hobbled to his studio. A painter by profession, he was eager to continue working on the two paintings he'd started before his accident. Sitting to paint proved difficult, as it wasn't his usual style, so Maxim decided to stand instead. However, His robe sleeves kept getting in the way, frustrating his efforts. By noon, he was exhausted and took a break for lunch and a nap. When he returned to his studio later, he became so annoyed by the robe sleeves that he eventually discarded the robe altogether. Determined, he managed to make significant progress on one of his paintings, a landscape adorned with his signature flowers. By the time Mia arrived home, Maxim had finished the piece and felt proud of his work. Mia immediately noticed how frustrated he had been with his robe. After listening to his complaints, she suggested an unconventional solution: a dress. She explained that it would be more practical for his mobility, especially with the cast. Though hesitant, Maxim agreed to try it, and Mia dressed him in a simple blue shift that zipped up the front. To address the height imbalance caused by the cast, she added a single high-heeled shoe to his good foot. Maxim was surprised by how much more comfortable he felt, though he couldn't help but wonder why she'd also glued breast forms to his chest. Mia explained they helped the dress fit better. With his newfound mobility, Maxim returned to painting and worked comfortably for the rest of the day. Later that week, Maxim's art broker contacted him with a commission Linda Stonewell wanted: her portrait painted as a gift for her husband. When Linda arrived for her first sitting, she noticed Maxim's attire and casually complimented him on how nice he looked in the dress. Maxim explained it was a practical solution due to his cast. Linda, who was a professional cosmetologist, suggested adding makeup to complete the look. Though initially reluctant, Maxim eventually allowed her to style his hair, shape his eyebrows, and apply makeup. When she revealed the final result, Maxim was astonished by how different he looked. Linda's portrait sessions continued over the next few days, with Maxim becoming more comfortable in his new attire. Mia supported his transformation wholeheartedly, even suggesting they return to their favorite Saturday night buffet. Though nervous, Maxim agreed, and dressed in a beautiful brocade dress chosen by Mia, he ventured out. To his surprise, no one recognized him, and the evening went smoothly. Mia couldn't have been prouder of him, and Maxim admitted he felt relieved and even a little amused by the experience. By the time Linda's portrait was completed, she was thrilled with the result and recommended Maxim to several friends. Meanwhile, Maya and Maxim's relationship grew even stronger as they navigated these changes together. Whether or not Maxim continued wearing dresses after his cast came off is left to the reader's imagination, but one thing was clear: their love and partnership were stronger than ever. This is where the story wraps up. Share your thoughts in the comments below. For more stories like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you soon. See you next time.